Hi everybody. I'm a special education teacher and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my year. So this year I had the pleasure, and yes I say pleasure, of helping a 5-year-old autistic student learn to request to go to the bathroom. To many it may not be a big thing. It's a benchmark skill, but in his life it's a very big thing. It makes the difference between being socially appropriate versus being socially unaccepted. I also taught a bunch of 3 to 5-year-olds their alphabets, how to then turn those alphabets into sounds or recognize they have sounds, and that those sounds then can lead to words, can be expressed through words. I taught them how to identify their numbers, and then how numbers can then be used to count how many pieces of gummy bears they have and count how many steps through the cafeteria, how to recognize the street they live on, their phone numbers, and their addresses. I grieve when I see the state of the world sometimes. I grieve for my students because our world is increasingly becoming one that lacks empathy. And as a special education teacher, one of the things that I try to instill in my students the most is their ability to project and feel compassion and empathy towards others. Some of my students will go on to do great things. I know they will. They're destined. Some of my students, unfortunately, will need the support of their family and the community most of their lives. Their dreams may always be deferred. And to their parents, I applaud you, salute you, and we're with you. One thing I do know, that all of my students have learned the art of demonstrating compassion. Compassion to their fellow peers, compassion to humanity. I think about the story of David and an heir to the house of Saul, who I think his name was Mephibosheth. And Mephibosheth became disabled from an accident. He was injured fleeing, I think, David, in fact. Years later, David sought him out and wanted to bless this house and thereby blessing this boy. The compassion shown toward this family was an incredible act of humility on David's part and empathy as well. Of course, the Bible also goes on to say, what you've done for the least of thine, you've also done for me. As the Black Eyed Peas say, where's the love? Where is the love?